A Place Further Than the Universe, Episode 2, Kabukicho Fremantle. What is going on, party people? It is I, Fremantle, back at it once again with another video. Today it is time for my review of A Place Further Than the Universe, Episode 2, Kabukicho Fremantle. I really like this episode. I love the vibes that it's kind of setting up. I love this sense of adventure and youthfulness that continues to push the series forward. I like it a lot. I really do. And the animation in this episode was just as good as last week, if not better. I love the chase scene. The chase scene was just absolutely excellently done. I love these kind of quick frames here and there. I love how there's like a viewpoint set in this alleyway and you see this character just dash through. The cat was a really good little add-on to the scene. The cat kind of walks across the alley and she stops and she bumps into her. Like, I really like that. Just such a well-crafted scene. So energetic and, again, youthful. I love, and even the main character, she points out, like, oh my god, like, I'm finally fulfilling my youth. Like, this is a moment that I'm going to remember. And that's relatable to me. That really is. During my earlier days, I remember always just, like, whenever I would have one of these moments, I would just have this sense of joy just overcome me, and I would take a step back and realize, like, I really am going to remember this for the rest of my life, or at least for a really long time. Like, I am actually living my life and actually creating moments, and I like how she kind of points that out. I like how that's something that she's really trying to do. Tamaki is probably she's probably my favorite character out of these three now. Speaking of characters, we are introduced to a brand new one this week as well, Hinata. She's working at this little convenience store that Tamaki ends up getting hired at as well. And I really liked Hinata as a character. She's really kind of like, she's probably the most outgoing out of all of them. She's like super cheerful. I love her voice actors too. I feel like I've heard this voice actress before. Kind of sounds like what's her face from Made in Abyss. Nanaki. Kind of reminds me of like Nanaki a little bit from Made in Abyss. I don't think it is the same voice actress. If it is, whoa. But if it isn't, you know, whatever. But she kind of has like that real high-pitched kind of voice, and I like how she's kind of like, she adds another edge to this kind of group that they have now. She's kind of like the outgoing one, the one that's like a little more free-spirited. And I like that. I like how they kind of explain her story, how she's not even in high school anymore, and how she's able to do this, and how she's able to join this adventure. I really like that. And I love the visual cues that were in that scene when she was first introduced, when they were talking, you know, at the store. They were like in one of the aisles, in one of the like the cooler aisles where the sodas were and stuff, and she said, like, I know you want to go to Antarctica, and we saw like the penguin drink, kind of the viewpoint kind of zooming into the penguin drink. Little things like that, little details like that are very much appreciated, and I think Madhouse is doing a really good job at kind of establishing scenes and establishing visual cues that make the scenes stronger. I think it's very well done. Another little thing that I wanted to mention was probably the most like serious part of this entire episode, and that was the sense of doubt that Tamaki had going in when she was like, when her friend, I can't remember her friend's name, her friend from high school, when they were like kind of talking, like, I don't think it's possible, you know, like this is so ridiculous, it's such a just oddball plan, it's just put together poorly. She was expressing that to Shirase, and she was getting really upset. She was like, how come you don't trust me? How come you don't believe me? Like, I'm taking this seriously. I need you to take this seriously too. If not, then just forget about it. And then she walks away. And then Tamaki's like, I do care, like, this is blah blah blah, I'm paraphrasing here, but she eventually comes back. She just walks right back and she like forgives her right there, and she's like, you're right, we need to look at this more level-headedly. And I really like that. That really showed me that a friendship is building there. I like that there's a relationship there that is a little bit flawed in the beginning, but is slowly kind of starting to become stronger, and I really like that. And I hopefully Hinata will have those moments with the group, and hopefully the group will continue to grow. Another really serious moment too was the quick little flashback we got, which I don't really know. I believe it was for Shirase's mom. She's like trapped in this kind of like expedition type vehicle, this big like I don't even know what you would call it, like a tank kind of thing, I guess. I know they have these things in Antarctica, I just can't think of the name of it. She's trapped there, she's calling out for a name, I believe it was Tomoko, or Tamako, or something. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think that's Shirase's mom, because the other two expeditioners or whatever, the other two girls, they were like, if I were her, I would feel the same way. And I really I like that they have this kind of respect for her, but they're not willing to actually go out of the way to help her. I guess that kind of makes them jerks in a way, but I like how they initially ran from them, and I like the resolution to that scene, how they were like, why were you guys running? We're not going to kill you. Well, she might have. Like, I really like those little instances there. And this was a funny episode, too. There were a lot of little comedy bits, again, with Kat running through the alleyway, with Hinata just as a character. She's such a, like, oddball, kind of cutesy character, and she kind of brings a little more bubbliness to the group and a little more comedic timing too, and I really like that. It's much appreciated. This was a really good episode. I really like this series. I really like how they're slowly kind of building up to this trip eventually to Antarctica. Like, I like how I can't picture them in Antarctica. Like, I don't know how the series is structured when they're in Antarctica. I don't know if this is going to be, like, the first half of the show. I don't know if this is going to be the first 10 episodes of the show, of them leading up to Antarctica. Like, is Antarctica the last episode, or is that, like, something that's going to happen in the next couple of episodes? I really don't know, and I like that nobody knows, because this is an anime-only series. It's one of the only anime-only series of this season, and it's fun to kind of... This is one of the reasons why I chose this series to review, because it's more fun to talk about a series than nobody knows what's going to happen. Like, I like being able to kind of predict things and think about what's going to happen, and not have, some crazy manga reader that's like, no, none of that happens, none of this happens, I'll tell you what happens, I'll spoil this series for you. I like how that is not going to happen for this series, for A Place Further Than the Universe, because again, it is anime only. At the end of this episode, we are introduced to another new female type character. She's something else I forgot to mention was when they were trying to get the male to follow them or whatever. That was a really, really funny scene. The back and forth between the characters, the chemistry there was just so well established, and I really, really liked that scene. Something I forgot to point out. That was just a really, really funny scene. But anyway, when they were on the train ride back, there was this other black-haired character. She was kind of like eavesdropping or listening in on their conversation that they were having in one of the rows. And I'm not sure if she's going to be a character. She looks a little young. She looks a little small. I'm not sure. Again, like, I try not to pay attention too much when it comes to the opening. Like, I look at the animation, obviously, but I can't, like, picture all the characters that are there. So I don't know if she actually does eventually join them or not. I'm not sure. I'm probably just foolish. You could probably comment down below and be like, yeah, the opening, yeah, she's in the opening, whatever. But again, I try not to, like, pay attention to those kind of things. Speaking of the opening, we actually do get our first glimpse at the ending. We heard the song last week, but we didn't get the animation. The ending's really beautiful. It's a really good song. I really like the kind of, just good vibes, man. Just really good vibes. That's what the show is giving me, and that's what I need in my life right now. It really is. So all in all, I think I'd give this episode a good, solid 8.5 out of 10. Just a really good, lighthearted kind of episode. I like how this isn't just some silly slice of life. It is a very story-focused drama, honestly, and I like how the characters are impacting the story. I like how the characters are moving the plot forward, and they're very likable characters as well. That's always a good thing. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see where this series goes. I'm very much looking forward to the next episode. Make sure to comment down below and give me your thoughts on this week's episode of A Place Further Than the Universe. What do you think about Shirase and her plan, her being kind of the leader of this group and then them dismissing her? What do you think about her mother? What do you think is going to happen there? Do you think she's still alive? Do you think that she perished in Antarctica? Do you think that we will see her in this series, that reunion between Shirase and her mother? Is that going to happen? Comment down below and let me know. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed anything that I had to talk about today. And also, please be sure to subscribe for more anime content and gaming stuff as well. Again, as always, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.